Hi, I'm Amanda Pasciucco. I'm not your first therapist, but I'm usually your last. I'm a sex therapist and a group practice owner. I have 15 years of experience working with individuals and couples and 5-star reviews. I'm going to share with you the top 3 questions that I ask couples to consider as a sex therapist on whether it's time to decide to make a shift in their marriage or whether it's time to step away. The 3 criteria that I use are better questions, self-awareness, and willingness versus skill set. I'll go over the sticking points and give you tools to create a better reframe to get the change or insight you need to create the relationship you want. Before walking away from a sexless marriage, it's important to be able to answer in certainty why you're walking away and what part you played in this. Even if ending the relationship is what the final decision is, it's helpful to gain insight so you can be more successful in creating a better relationship next time and not repeat the same patterns. The quality of your intimate life is highly correlated to the quality of the questions you're asking. If your partner feels seen, felt, and heard by you, in the way that you ask them questions, you will see benefits in other aspects of your connection. The starting point is in the questions that are not being asked and the assumptions that are being made by one or both partners in the relationship. The moment you start to think you know your partner is the moment where that relationship starts to die. Here's an example. Sometimes I work with a couple and partner A will answer for partner B when I'm talking. Like I'll say, Bob, how was that for you? And Alex will respond on Bob's behalf. Alex is assuming that they know what Bob's answer is to the question. You can see immediately how there's a lot of enmeshment in that short interaction. Another common question that couples ask that can be better delivered is if one partner says, why are you going out tonight and not staying home with me? In the question, all you're doing is communicating a judgment, not really making an observation or a request. So therefore, an insightful answer and connection is definitely not going to follow. A better version of this would be, hey babe, I thought that we had plans for tonight. We had a date night, remember? I feel confused. When did the plans change? Questions like these help because if you find yourself in a sexless marriage, it's important to pause and notice that this is a dynamic that happened between the two of you. It is a product of how you are both engaging with one another. How aware are you of the impact that you're having on the relationship, which is its whole own thing? Where are your blind spots within the relationship? Everyone has blind spots, even me. So self-awareness is asking questions to your partner within the context of the conversation, tone, and timing that you're using to create connection. Here's another example. Asking a partner for sex right before falling asleep. Instead of planning ahead, making a date night, how the question is being asked and the time it's being asked matter. The difference between why do you never have sex with me versus I'm noticing that we haven't had sex in a long time and I'm wondering what we've both done to contribute to that. You'll have very different answers from your partner when you ask that question. And my favorite of all that gets to the core of the situation. Are we dealing with a partner that isn't willing to do anything differently? Or are we dealing with a partner who has a lack of skill sets in how to make these things happen? Do you and your partner have a willingness to approach your sex life in a new way? Are you willing to be curious, awkward, vulnerable, and experimental with one another? Or are you unwilling and actually feeling willful about engaging? If there's a willingness on both your parts, then the communication and the skill sets that we've been sharing can really help bridge the gap between you. Better communication, the words that you say and the way in which you listen can be pruned and developed over time. It's a learned skill. It's not necessarily something that we're all born with. Learning to ask questions and be curious instead of making judgments can be practiced. So these are the questions and criteria I ask for when I work with couples who are deciding whether or not to end their sexless marriage. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and the bell, leave a comment. Follow me for more love and life tips.